All right, in today's video, I've got the Oxydine Dominator out here. I've got my Dynamite GPS on top. We're gonna try to monitor top speed. But what we're really gonna do, we're gonna run some different props and we're gonna see what the different wattage pull and the amp draw of the motor is. This is a 45 by 1.4 pitch. And then this is a big ABC 1817 3-blade 23 rake. And then this right here is a 45 by 1.8 pitch. So we're just gonna do 1 minute runs per propeller. We're gonna monitor top speed, and then at the end of the video, we're gonna see what the amp draw and the current draw of, and the wattage draw of these propellers are in comparison. Because every motor has a maximum allowable wattage, and this is a Poseidon motor.
Receiver, battery, 6.
And we don't want to exceed it. Go ahead. That's good to go. We're gonna toss it in the water. We're gonna give it a 60-second run. We're gonna do 3 laps. And what I have in here, I have one large single 6S battery up front in the middle. We're not going to adjust anything else. That's 1 lap. Give it more. It's the 2nd lap. Third lap. Full speed. All right. That's all we needed. That's all we needed to know from that prop. We got good data. I'm just giving it a little quick minute to cool down. All right, we're gonna bring it in. We're gonna change it to the ABC prop, and we're gonna see what our top speed is here. I've been eager to do something like this. Okay, 45 miles an hour. That's all we got out of that prop. Now, we weren't trying to break any crazy speed records. Every time you change a prop, you gotta change your strut angle depending on the prop and whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead now and we're gonna put on this propeller. The 3-blade ABC prop has been installed. Let's give it a quick blip. All right. We need to go ahead and reset this. Record, it's on 0. It's hard to see, I know. But I had to tape it up in order to keep it waterproof. Now, I've ran this boat plenty of times with batteries where they're supposed to be, but never with a battery in the front. So I'm not expecting excellent speeds out of it, because I know I would have to adjust the strut for the center of gravity that the boat is now. I'm doing this to where I can read the data on the different props. Kind of need the pond to calm down a little bit and give a full throttle hit here. That was nice and quick and smooth, but it is really nose heavy. It is really nose heavy with that prop. That is crazy. Okay, that's enough. We're gonna bring it in. We're gonna put the 45-18 on it and see what it does. This new little Hydra X8s, it is extremely powerful. It is an awesome ESC. And being that the Hydra 8s is like, I don't know, it's like 1/3 of the weight of the XLX2. Let's see if y'all can see that. All right, I got 56 out of that propeller. Not bad, okay? Now, mind you, it's really nose heavy right now, so I should have got around 60 out of that, but I got 56, and it was controllable, and I'm in a small pond, so there's a whole lot of variables going against me here. We're only doing this for the data. All right, now we're gonna swap to this prop. We've got the CNC 3-blade on, 45, 1.8 pitch, and we've got this reset back to 0. All right, let's give this a go. It's gonna be really cool to see what this looks like in the data log. Well, you can tell that's a high pitch. Taking it a while to get up off plane. There it goes. That's a really fast propeller to be giving it such little throttle right now. All right, I'm gonna do a slow pass. I want it to kind of calm itself down. Then I'm gonna give it a full throttle hit. Yeah, it didn't like that. It was probably pulling the battery down to the low voltage cutoff threshold. Because I could tell just by giving it like half throttle, she was really hauling ass. All right, that's enough. We've got enough data on that prop. I feel like that prop, if anything, is going to make it overheat. I definitely don't want to overheat the ESC or blow it up or anything stupid like that. Okay. I hope y'all can see. Yeah, and see, I got 49 mile an hour out of that prop. So that prop seemed a lot faster at less throttle input. But at more throttle input, the prop was too big to push the boat. You know, it was loading up the motor. But I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna take it inside, check temperatures really quick. It'll only take me about 60 seconds to get inside. And then we'll pull up the day log and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, we are inside. I got it all opened up. Trying to see if I can read the battery temperature here. All right, so the battery is at 96. ESC. Kind of hard to get an accurate reading with all the stuff in the way. ESC don't even break a sweat, honestly. Let's see. Like the motor wires are colder. Honestly, the motor wires are about the same temp as the ESC itself. Okay, let's see what the engine says. The motor says, you know, 110. Let's see what the can says 100. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and check voltage. All right, so this was the battery that I was using, big 6S pack SMC SRD V3 6200, and these were my remainder battery volts, which is exactly where I thought it would be. So typically under a full throttle rip, if you have this set to 3.5 as far as your low voltage cutoff, when you give it a full throttle rip, your ripple voltage with all that amp draw is going to pull your battery voltage down to the 3.5 range, and you're going to notice a hesitation in the boat. When you notice that hesitation, that's when you should stop, because even though we're sitting here roughly at 3.8, under a full load, it's below that. These are really high quality batteries. They don't want you dropping them down below 3.6. So stopping it that early, to me, is just a good safety factor. Okay, here we are. It only took me about 60 seconds, and I pulled it up, and it says I've got 16% of the data log is full, because we weren't out there very long. So we're just gonna hit download data log, and we just sit here, leave it next to it, keep your Bluetooth on, and it'll pull all your information. Sometimes you have to do this multiple times. It likes to freeze up if you don't have a fully charged battery. Now here are the 3 different runs. What we're looking at here is is amperage and battery voltage. So amperage is going to be on the right side of the screen. On the left side of the screen is going to be our battery voltage. Now this was all one big 6-cell battery, and you can tell the first run over there looks like 5 minutes to 30 seconds to 6 minutes and 30 seconds. We have a maximum amp draw of 160 amps. Now that is with the 45 millimeter by 1.4 pitch CNC aluminum prop from Oxidine, the one that comes on the Dominator. Now we move over to 8 minutes and 48 seconds to 9 minutes and 54 seconds, and we have a maximum amp draw of 255. That's what we would call it. That is with the 3-blade ABC prop. That would be an 18, 17, 23 rake. Now we move over to the far right-hand side of the screen. That is the larger pitch prop. 1.8 pitch, 45 millimeter, 3-blade CNC prop. That is not balanced perfectly. Now the 3-blade aluminum CNC prop that I ran on my 3rd trip, that prop only did 49 miles an hour based off the GPS in the small pond. But it pulled practically an equal amount of amp draw, but we also did get low voltage cutoff towards the end of that run. But we got equal amp draw, and we got a 7 mile an hour decrease in speed from that prop, because the ABC 3-blade prop that I ran, the 1817 in the middle of the graph, that ran 56 miles an hour, and it pulled 250 amps. Now let's go ahead and go down. We're going to swap over from the amperage, and we're going to swap over to the wattage. So let's look at these charts here based on wattage. So wattage, the motor that we're running, amperage is important for the ESC, and wattage is important for the motor. You can always look up your maximum motor current wattage and then the continuous wattage. So basically what I'm running is the 4092 Poseidon motor, and it is a 8S capable motor, but it says that it is a 2000 watt continuous and a 3900 watt burst. So 3900 watts maximum for 10 seconds. Now if we look at the first prop, which is the 45 by 1.4 pitch, we are right around the 3800 watt range. So theoretically, based off of the data here, that 45 by 1.4 pitch under wide open throttle conditions, because we can see the graph there. Let's do this. Let's zoom in on the graph. Now we can see I did 3 full throttle hits, and you can notice the orange graph. The orange graph gets drawn down. The drawdown is when the battery voltage gets drawn down during the full throttle hit. As the orange line goes down, the blue line goes up. And as the orange line slightly goes up again, that's the battery kind of equalizing itself out. That's basically similar to ripple voltage. If we pulled up ripple on the screen, it would show something very similar to that. It would just show the ripple would drop down and the orange would go up, and vice versa. But it's kind of crazy here. Now, all the way over on the right side of the screen, we had a maximum of 0.8 volt ripple. So we didn't even drop the battery voltage by 1 volt. under that full throttle hit there. So let's go ahead. We're going to zoom back out. We're going to get both graphs in the picture again. We're going to go back to amperage, and we're going to take a look at the next graph. This is going to be the ABC. This is the ABC 3-blade. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4 full throttle hits and a maximum amp draw of 255 amps. Now with the Hydra X8s, that is putting that ESC to its limitations. Now, it has been known that that ESC can handle 300 amps in short bursts, but it's more on the lines of a 200 amp maximum continuous ESC. And here what we're doing, we're giving it 250 amps in short bursts. But if I was able to actually use that ESC for a speed run, who knows what kind of amp draw we would see. Theoretically, we could peg the 250 and draw a straight line across if we held that full throttle wide open for, you know, say 6 or 7 seconds. That's probably going to be detrimental to that ESC, but I think it's worth a try. But if you think that I shouldn't do that, you just let me know in the comments. But what I really want to do, I want to drop a smaller motor in the boat because this is a 4092. I want to drop a 4082 motor back in it. I have a 1900 kV motor. It's a rocket motor. And I want to run it on 6S, and I want to see what the amp draw and the current draw of a motor like that would be, because it's a smaller motor. So in theory, maybe it's going to pull slightly less amps, slightly less wattage, but it is truly a 6S maximum motor, where this Poseidon motor was like they advertised it as Steve New designed and 8S capable for drag racing. This was not a boat motor, this was a drag car motor. Typically drag car motors, you're only doing 2.5 second bursts maximum. Now, let's go down here, let's turn on wattage. We're nearing 5,600 watts of power. That is ridiculous. We have a motor that has a maximum burst rating of 3,900 watts, and we are sending it to 5,600 watts. That is absolutely incredible. I don't know if it could live there very long, but based on my pond, I don't have much area to run it like that. That honestly is very similar to like a drag race, like a drag race, because I'm running across the pond, which is roughly 300 feet, and I have to have time to slow down. So those are like drag race runs almost. But I made this video just to, I wanted to see the difference in these different props. I wanted to see what prop would pull what current and what amperage. So this is the larger prop, and it did not go near as fast, so it didn't get up into the high RPMs like the other prop did, but it still did pull 5,000 watts under that full throttle hit right there. Now we come down here and we look at the amperage, and we got 250 amps. So we got a really high amp draw there. That is absolutely crazy. Otherwise, driving it around over here towards the left side of the screen, it did good. It was actually a really quick and fast prop. If you kept it in the like middle to, let's say, 40 to 60% throttle range, and that's where it is right there, the first 1/3 of your screen, and it's only chilling around 150 amps, which is totally fine. But yeah, the full throttle hit there, that is definitely overkill. But cool. Well, that was a really neat experiment. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. It's going on a little bit longer than I wanted to, but if you have any questions or comments or any video ideas or any other thing you would like me to test in the future, possible motor ideas that you want to know some data information on, that I could put in the boat, and then I can pull whatever kind of information you want. So feel free to leave a comment below. And thank y'all for watching. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It's the only way I can continue to do this if I build subscribers. So please smash that subscribe button to help me get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month. Thank y'all for watching. Have a good one.